You are sitting in a room full of people right now, or maybe you are completely alone. Either way, there is a good chance you have felt it recently. That hollow, heavy weight that sits in your chest and tells you that nobody truly sees you. You have felt it with a full phone and 100 contacts. Ancient humans felt it too, but what happened to them when they did was a matter of life and death. That feeling, the one you dismiss as weakness, the one you scroll past, the one you try to sleep off, is not a flaw in your design. It is the most sophisticated alarm system your species ever built, and it has been running inside every human being for over 300,000 years without a single day off. Dr. John Cacioppo, neuroscientist at the University of Chicago, spent 30 years studying loneliness and discovered something that should stop you cold. The same region of your brain that activates when you feel physical pain, when you break a bone, or when you burn your skin activates in exactly the same way when you feel socially isolated. Your brain does not know the difference between a wound and loneliness. To your nervous system, they are the same emergency. What the darkness used to contain, close your eyes for a moment and go back. Not 100 years, not 1,000, 300,000 years. The air smells like smoke and wet earth. There are no walls around you, no roof above you. The darkness beyond the firelight is not empty. It moves, it breathes, and every sound coming from that darkness has teeth. In that world, a human being alone was not a human being for long. Saber-toothed cats hunted at dusk. Cave hyenas worked in packs and could crush bone with their jaws. Giant, short-faced bears stood 12 feet tall. Your ancient ancestor had no claws, no venom, no natural armor. The only weapon that actually worked was other people. Alone, you were simply the next meal. Anthropologists at Baylor College of Medicine have established that ancient hunter-gatherers lived in bands of 20 to 100 people, not out of preference but out of pure biological necessity. Hunters needed spotters. Mothers needed other women to watch children while they foraged. The injured needed someone to bring food while wounds healed. Sleep requires sentinels. Every single function of survival depended on proximity to other humans. The group was not a luxury. It was the only technology that kept you alive. So evolution did something ruthless. It wired social disconnection to feel like dying because for 300,000 years, social disconnection often preceded dying by less than 48 hours. Cacioppo's research confirmed that loneliness triggers a cascade of biological responses: elevated cortisol, disrupted sleep, suppressed immune function, and heightened threat detection. Your ancestors' body was designed to make isolation so unbearable, so physically painful, that they would do anything necessary to get back to the group. The alarm was never meant to be ignored. What the campfire actually was, ancient humans did not just endure loneliness, they engineered a solution to it so elegant that modern neuroscience is only now beginning to understand what it actually did to the human brain, and it required nothing more than wood, spark, and darkness. The campfire was not just warmth, it was not just protection from predators, it was the most powerful social technology ancient humans ever invented. Researcher Polly Wiesner spent years living among the Jew/Hwanzi Bushmen of southern Africa. Her 2014 study, published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, revealed something extraordinary. When she analyzed conversations recorded around daytime fires versus nighttime fires, the content was completely different. Daytime talk was practical: food, tools, and complaints. Nighttime firelight talk was almost entirely social and emotional: stories, laughter, relationships, and identity. The fire extended the social day. It created protected time in the darkness when the group could do nothing but be together. And that togetherness was doing something biological: group singing, rhythmic movement, and synchronized storytelling, all of which happened around ancient campfires, trigger the release of oxytocin, the same bonding chemical released between a mother and her newborn. Ancient humans were not just sitting around a fire for warmth, they were chemically bonding to each other every single night in the dark. We can observe this in living populations. The Hadza people of Tanzania are one of the last surviving hunter-gatherer societies on Earth. A landmark 2012 study published in Nature by researchers from Harvard Medical School mapped Hadza social networks across 205 adults. What they found was not random friendship. The most cooperative individuals consistently clustered together. Social bonds were not emotional decoration. They were precision survival infrastructure built over millions of years of selection pressure. What ancient humans understood that we have forgotten? In early human societies across every continent, the most severe punishment recorded by anthropologists was not physical violence, it was exclusion, being cast out from the group, removed from the fire, and forced into the darkness alone. Banishment was considered a death sentence because in the environment of evolutionary adaptation, it almost always was one. The group did not exile lightly, and the exiled rarely survived long enough to return. But there is one more thing ancient humans understood about loneliness that modern humans have almost completely forgotten, and it may be the most important thing of all. Ancient humans never tried to feel less lonely alone. They did not retreat into themselves. They did not wait until they felt better before reaching out. The moment that hollow weight appeared in their chest, they moved physically closer to another human being. They touched, they made eye contact, they sat in silence together if words were not available. The response to loneliness was always another person. Never a distraction, never a substitute. Another person. Primatologist Robin Dunbar of Oxford University has documented that early humans used physical grooming as a primary social bonding mechanism, picking insects from hair, tending wounds, and physical touch. These were not hygiene practices, they were neurological maintenance. Each act of grooming released endorphins in both participants. It was a biological system for turning the loneliness alarm off, and it required nothing except two humans willing to be close enough to touch. Dunbar also proposed what became known as Dunbar's Number, the finding that the human brain can maintain stable social relationships with approximately 150 people. That number matches almost exactly the upper limit of ancient hunter-gatherer band sizes. Your brain was built with a specific social capacity, not unlimited, not 1,000 followers, but 150 real relationships. And ancient humans filled every single one of those slots deliberately because their lives depended on it. The alarm is still running. Now look at where you are. You have more connection available than any human being in the entire 300,000-year history of your species. More contacts, more platforms, more ways to reach another person in seconds than your ancestors could have imagined. And yet, the United States Surgeon General declared loneliness a public health crisis. Studies now show that chronic loneliness reduces lifespan by the equivalent of smoking 15 cigarettes every single day. The ancient alarm is still firing. It fires when you open social media and feel worse than before you opened it. It fires when you finish a phone call and feel more alone than before you dialed. It fires at 2 in the morning when the ceiling offers no answers. The alarm has not changed in 300,000 years. What has changed is everything around it. Ancient humans answered loneliness with presence. Modern humans answer it with content. And content, no matter how much of it you consume, was never designed to turn that alarm off. Somewhere tonight in the Ayasi Basin of Tanzania, a group of Hadza people will sit around a fire as the last light leaves the sky. Someone will tell a story. Someone else will laugh. A child will fall asleep against a shoulder that is not their mother's. 3 things will be present in that circle: fire, voice, and touch. The same 3 things that turned the loneliness alarm off for every human being who ever lived before electric light changed the night. 3 things that require no battery, no signal, and no subscription. Your ancient ancestors did not have a cure for loneliness either. They just never made the mistake of trying to face it alone. The alarm your brain is running right now is 300,000 years old. It knows exactly what it needs. The only question left is whether you are willing to give it. For our ancient ancestors, loneliness wasn't just an unpleasant feeling. It could be a matter of life and death. The pain of social isolation evolved to push us back toward the people who helped us survive. Thousands of years later, our world has changed dramatically, but our brains still carry those ancient survival instincts. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more fascinating explorations of ancient humans, evolution, and the hidden science behind everyday life, and let us know in the comments, what ancient human mystery should we uncover next? We'll see you in the next documentary.